some of that. Well, 2021 is finally here, and we have been invited to the first annual Broken Gear Field Day event. This is Monday, and the event is on Saturday and Sunday. It's called Field Day, so I'm guessing it's going to take place in a field, since they live out in the middle of nowhere, and there's nothing but fields out here. There's going to be rallycross, I know, and like dirt drags. Besides that, I don't know what else is going on. So what I did is, a couple days ago, I went out and bought this 1992 Chevy 2500. It has a 305, it's kind of a small motor, but we're gonna be in the dirt, so power, sometimes less is more. The four-wheel drive works, the engine runs great, transmission shifts good. Everything works as it should. The only problem with this truck is the frame is broken in the back by the leaf springs. So we're gonna have to do something with that. But it does drive down the street. You can't really tell that it's broken, but we're gonna have to do a little something to, repair that a little bit. I don't know. We'll do something. We got some zip ties and got zip ties and JB weld. So that should be enough to get this down the road. I paid $450 for this truck. It's a pretty good deal. I mean, it's rusty and it's yellow, so we're gonna fix that today. Let's have a quick look around this thing. Like I said, it's a 92, it's a 2500 regular cab truck, and it has some rust on it. Got it in the cab corners, a little bit on the rockers, okay, a lot on the rockers. Got a couple dents in a fender, dent in the hood, little grill missing, more rust on the fenders, more rocker panel, big dent, more rust, and yeah, it's just awful. But for what we're gonna do, it's just fine. I mean, like I said before, the motor is fantastic. It is a good running motor on this ugly truck. But this yellow has got to go. So we're going to do a little prep and spray. We're going to do some body work here. And we're going to paint this up. We're going to do a theme on this. So let's get started with that, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So the first thing we want to address is this rusting issue over the quarter panels. This is quite common in the trucks in the Midwest. The salt just gets up in between the fenders and in between the fender and the fender well, and just sits there and festers and rusts all of this out. Usually it's a lot worse than this. So this is really not that bad. We can fix this easily. What you want to do is make sure you prep the surface, get all the loose debris out of there. And then you want to take your duct tape, and this is duct tape. It says so right there, duct tape, not duct tape, but duct tape. This is like $2 a roll. It's a high strength gray tape. You can use a black, but it's the colors are just a little, about 50 cents more. And it's probably easier to get off than start than this crap. I'm gonna edit this part. Yeah, this is taking forever. Make sure it's freaking cold outside too before I do this crap. Oh, this stuff is awful. Should have paid the extra freaking 50 cents for the good stuff. Stupid ducks. Okay, make good tape. So you're going to take your duct tape, surface prep is really important on a job like this. Make sure you get the end smashed down real good there. I'm gonna lay a nice clean bead across the back. This is not that bad, so we're just going to run 2 strips right across here. You want to make sure you follow your lip line here. Just sort of fold that under so it makes a nice clean transition. So get that folded up there, back upon itself. Make sure to feather it in real good. There you have it. Nice, clean repair. It's like it never happened. We'll come to the other side and repeat the process. Surface prep is really important. There we go. That one's not quite as bad as the other side, but we'll still use 2 strips on there. If you're gonna do it right. Fold in your body line. Add a little bit of a flare on there. Done. These cab corners are really crusty. So we're just gonna prep real good on this area. See some guys, they'll just go and stuff some paper in there, maybe put a little that expanding spray foam up in there. That is not the way to do it. Moisture collects back in there and it's just gonna rot out again. So, oh, almost forgot my surface prep. There we go. Now, we're gonna put a little extra on this area. We're gonna go horizontal, then we'll come back and go vertical. All right, moving on. We have a small area right here. Just prep real quick. A couple short pieces will handle this. Yeah. Activate it. Perfect. Okay, I went ahead and finished up the other side. Got that fender, lower fender on this side. Got the other cab corner on this side. So that's a rust-free truck now. So we can go ahead and post that on Facebook Marketplace. 100% rust-free. Now let's get to prepping the rest of the truck. Now you want to go ahead and look over the surface of the truck. You're going to look for any imperfections, any dirt, any scratches. You're going to have to feather these out and make sure the surface is nice and flat so that doesn't show up in your paint. So have a look at this. So what I do is I just come in here and inspect the area. Look for anything that may cause imperfections in the paint. Just get rid of them real quick. It's important to use the proper cleaning materials and rags. This one I found underneath the back seat of my truck. Just come in here and detail it off real good. A little more prep. There we go. That is one well-prepped surface. It's kind of cold out today. I went ahead and put my jacket on. And because it's cold and we're gonna paint today, I had to do something a little bit unconventional, but it should work out just fine. The paint I'm using, it's right here. Some Rust-Oleum I picked up from Rural King. It's kind of like Tractor Supply, Rural King, they're both about the same thing. But it's just like an implement paint. So I figure it's like 40 degrees outside. I've had it sitting on this heater for a few minutes, so the can's heated up pretty good. So it's about 40 degrees. This is heated up to about, feels like 60 degrees. So take the average, about 50 degrees. So that should be good enough, right? Okay, we're about ready to start painting here. For safety purposes, I'm going to use my mask. Now, the government says that this will stop the most deadly virus we've ever seen in over 100 years. So it should be fine to stop a little bit of paint fumes, I would think. All right, let's get started. gonna let some of this paint dry here. Now, this is gonna be two-tone, so if you've been paying attention to what we have here in the background, you probably know what we're gonna do with this truck. So let's have a look real quick. This paint is a little splotchy, but hopefully it's gonna dry a little more even. It's pretty cold out here. This is just a flat black, so we're not doing gloss because it's gonna look bad enough the way it is. Flat black is gonna cover up some of the sins that we have, but this is gonna be two-tone. So we got black, then we'll have white where the remaining yellow is. So I think you know what we're gonna do here. We're gonna go ahead and add this light bar on top, and we're gonna make us a little police truck. We also have a siren box back here as well, so we'll have lights and siren going. So let's get that light bar mounted up there while we wait for some of this paint to dry. So this is a Whelen Edge 9000 light bar, strobe light bar. These things were really popular, I don't know, late 80s, early 90s, when the strobes were just coming out, going from those rotators to strobe packs. So this would have been a really expensive light bar back in the day. I picked this up for like $100 now. So just wait a couple decades and you can get some top of the line cutting edge technology really cheap. Let's go ahead and get this mounted up there. This paint really is not dry, but no one cares. It's sticky. Okay, we're gonna test this out real quick. I just wired it up to the jump pack over here. So let's turn this on and see if she's working before we get too involved. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It looks a lot better in real life than it does on the video because it strobes so fast it doesn't catch all of the flashes. It's only capturing about half of the pattern right now. Next up we have this Whelen speaker siren horn, and what is this? It's a show me siren box and a switch box, which I do not know the name of. It just says made in the USA. The Whelen's good stuff. The Show Me, not so much, but it'll do for what we need. And this is just a generic switch box that we'll use to control the lights. So let's get to tossing that in and testing on it and see if we can't make some noise. We're gonna mount the siren right here. This grill was already damaged and the speaker fits perfectly into the hole without doing anything. The grill's a little bit loose here, so we're gonna do a little bit more body work to this area. Keep everything in place. here, go back here for support. Always fold it over, tuck it in, smash it down. That seems pretty solid. We can put the grill, we can put the speaker right in this area. Right about there, with something like that. You're gonna have to get a couple zip ties, toss around there. I don't have any on me right now, so I'll have to bring those back later. But these are the wires to the speaker. There's a hole back here we can run them through, so this is really quite convenient. So that'll sit in there like that for right now until we get some zip ties to straighten it out. But that'll take care of the cosmetics on the front of the grill. So we're going to mount the siren box, the controller box, right here in this little, I don't know why Chevy put that there, but it comes in handy when you just want to toss something in that doesn't belong. And we are going to go ahead and commit a couple of the ultimate wiring sins. We're going to wire everything with red wire, and then if that wasn't enough, we're going to go ahead and run it through the door, through the fender, and through the hood. Something that no one should ever do under any circumstances whatsoever. But we're going to do it. We just have to be careful and not pinch our wires. And since we're not going to fuse this, we have to be doubly careful, because if we do pinch a wire, we're going to cause a fire. Wiring sin number 3. We're just going to go ahead and strip these wires back and slide them right on in between the terminal and the battery. Another thing you should never, ever, never do, and we're going to do it. Whenever you use all of the same color wire, it's a good idea to mark them so you know which one goes where. That could be a mess. Okay, we got the wires in. Got the speaker just sitting there. The box is in the dash. So while we go ahead and test out the siren box, I also added a couple LED, they're supposed to be visor lights, but they don't fit in this visor, so we put them down here in the dash. That should give it a little more color. So we're just going to test these lights and the siren box and see what we have. Well, that's plenty loud enough. So, just to clarify, this is just for field day. This truck will be trailered to the event, and it will be trailered back. We're just running this stuff on private property in a field. So, after the event's over, all this comes back apart again. We will not drive this on the street for any reason whatsoever. over them, and we can go out and do some burnouts. This is not going to go to waste. We'll find a private parking lot somewhere. We can uncover the lights and do some burnouts or something. I don't know. So 2020 is still hanging around, but we're going to make it better. You know what, Carson, since you canceled this event, everybody's been doing call outs. I'm going to start my own 2021 call out. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to fire this up since we're almost done with this. We're going to go ahead and do a garage burnout right here. Then I'm calling you out. Broken Gears. We're doing this. We're gonna have some fun. That's what I'm talking about. Kevin, Carson, get you some of that. Now that's what I call a garage burnout. That's all in fun. Can't wait till the next event comes up. We will be ready. Well, that'll wrap it up for this episode of Street Right Garage. Sometimes things don't go as planned, but any day working on a truck or a car is better than, I don't know, working. Until next time.